Your 30s are often where money changes shape. It stops feeling like freedom and starts feeling like maintenance. Not because you suddenly became careless, because life got real in more than one direction at the same time. Housing gets real, food gets real, insurance gets real, transport gets real. And if children enter the picture, time gets expensive too. In your 20s, money can still feel temporary. A problem, a month, a season. In your 30s, it starts feeling structural. Because this is often the decade where life becomes coordinated. Shared costs, shared calendars, shared consequences, more moving parts, less spare room. And once life gets coordinated like that, money is no longer just a number. It becomes atmosphere. It starts sitting in the room with you. That is why your 30s can look more stable from the outside, while feeling much tighter from the inside. The furniture gets better, the home looks more adult. The routines get cleaner, the image improves, but the cost of carrying it all improves too. And that is the part people do not say out loud. Progress can feel heavy, not because it is fake, because it is expensive to maintain. This is where fixed costs start changing the mood of the month. The month gets expensive before you even begin living it. Rent or mortgage, groceries, insurance, transport, subscriptions, child-related costs. The list stops feeling flexible. It starts feeling permanent. That is the true shift in your 30s. Income no longer buys freedom first. It buys continuity first. It buys the right to keep the structure standing. And once your life is built that way, small mistakes stop feeling small. Because small mistakes now hit a larger system. A grocery spike matters. A utility increase matters. A school cost, a repair, a sick week. All of it matters more because the month is already full. That is why so many people in their 30s do not look broke. They look capable. They look adult. They look functional. They are just carrying far more weight than they used to. And the pressure is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quieter than that. Sometimes it is just the feeling that there is no loose space left anywhere. No loose time, no loose money, no loose decisions. Everything touches something else now. That is why ordinary shocks start feeling bigger in this decade. Not because the shock is huge, because the margin is smaller. A bill, a repair, a delayed payment, a missed bonus, a broken appliance. Nothing catastrophic. Just enough to make the month stop working. And once the month stops working, your mind gets louder. What gets paid first? What gets pushed? What can wait? What cannot? This is where money stops being math and starts becoming mental occupation. You carry it in posture, in hesitation, in the way your mind keeps returning to it even when the room is quiet. That is why your 30s can feel strangely unfair. Life looks better, but it does not always feel easier. Because visible progress and internal safety are not the same thing. A more adult life is not automatically a safer life. Sometimes it is just a more expensive life, a more coordinated life, a life with more to protect and less room to absorb surprise. And if you are supporting children or helping family or quietly carrying both, the weight compounds, not only in money, in attention, in energy, in recovery. So the solution is not to become harder. It is not to become more intense, and it is not to outrun complexity with more income. The solution is to reduce weight, lower what your life requires before the structure starts defining you. Remove what only performs adulthood. Keep what actually creates stability. Fewer moving parts, more margin, more breathing room. Because in your 30s, margin matters more than image ever will. Margin turns pressure back into space. Your 30s are often where life gets heavier. Your 40s are often where that weight starts looking successful. That is next.